Corey Erdman, Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix ringside here with you. Munguia picks up the victory. But Chris, you categorize this as a robbery. You feel that this should have gone the other way.
Robbery probably was a little bit too strong. It's just another example of Sergiy Derevyanchenko winding up on the wrong end of a close decision. That is going to be what defines his professional career, being on the wrong end of razor-close decisions, whether it was Daniel Jacobs, Gennady Golovkin, Carlos Adames, and now Jaime Munguia. We shouldn't take away from what Munguia did, especially in the 12th round of that fight where he knew he was down, he knew he was in a difficult position. He came out and had the round of his professional life, putting Sergiy Derevyanchenko down and winning that round cleanly. Without that, he doesn't win this fight. It's as simple as that. And Jaime Munguia found a way to dig deep in the toughest test of his career and put forth a very good performance.
Well, Sergio, let me bounce it over to you then, because I think the reflex from a lot of the audience is going to be, hey, we saw Munguia take the step up, and he struggled a little bit, and the scorecards are debatable as well. So, I mean, let's put a positive spin on this. Are there takeaways, positive takeaways, that you have from this fight for Munguia?
For Munguia, yeah, that he knows how to dig it down when he's not in control of a fight, that he can actually come back like a champion. That's what champions do. I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but in the championship rounds, especially when you're in a tight fight or maybe even behind in the points, that's how you muster up the courage, the strength. You find a way to actually win and snatch victory from the hands of your opponent, and that's what Jaime Munguia did. That's what champions do, and you got to applaud that. Whether you agree with the cards, absolutely no robbery, I agree with that, but it was just a brilliant performance. Everyone here loved it, and Jaime Munguia performed like a champion.
And I think it can be a significant learning experience for Jaime Munguia. I think his conditioning was off coming into this fight. I don't think he was in the best shape of his career. He only had to make 168, so maybe it didn't work quite as hard to get down to a weight that he was struggling with. And you could see in those early rounds, whether it was how long it took him to get off the stool between rounds or the way he was breathing and struggling in those middle rounds, that's something to go back to the drawing board saying, look, if I struggled against a fighter like Sergiy Derevyanchenko the way I did, well, I better step up my game if I'm going to face David Benavidez or maybe one day Canelo Alvarez.
And not only that, but speaking of bad luck, Derevyanchenko had a chance to make this fight a 10-round fight. If that would have been the case, he would have won this fight. You know what I'm saying? So bad luck just continues to follow him, and you know what? Bad luck has never lost a race.
Well, Chris, let's talk about what could be next then for Jaime Munguia, because Derevyanchenko said he wanted a rematch. I don't know if that's a possibility or not. What could be a possibility for Munguia?
I'm going to go on a limb and say a rematch is unlikely between Jaime Munguia and Sergiy Derevyanchenko. He's probably going to be looking for bigger names in the 168-pound division, and there are some legitimate, interesting candidates, realistic candidates potentially for Jaime Munguia. We begin with Edgar Berlanga, who we're going to see on June 24th back in the super middleweight division. A Munguia-Berlanga fight, Mexico versus Puerto Rico. That is bombs away. That would be a brilliant fight. We know Munguia has been chasing Gennady Golovkin really since 2018 when he tried to get in the ring with them as a 154-pounder. If Golovkin wants to keep fighting, that's an interesting fight. Bivol is someone that Munguia has chased. And Shane Mosley Jr., who we saw on the undercard, Mosley has told us he has no interest in fighting Munguia at 168 pounds, but money tends to change things. And if there's a big offer on the table for Shane Mosley to fight Munguia at 168, I'm going to imagine he's going to at least consider it.
Yeah, Sergio, maybe the big winner of the night is Shane Mosley Jr., probably the most impressive, bell-to-bell performance here tonight.
Shane Mosley Jr. and Bones Adams, because he reignited Shane Mosley Jr. in that corner. We're already going to see the exact same thing we see from Mosley Jr. He loses concentration and focus in a fight that he starts off well, and he just gets distracted somehow. Bones Adams brought him back to reality, and he gutted out that victory, so credit to Bones Adams as well.
I love Bones Adams.
I love great trainers. I love great corners because, look, a team is more than just the people that are in your camp. It's the voices that are in your corner that you trust. And whenever someone gets that moment, that Angelo Dundee, you're blowing it, son, you're blowing it, that's what a fighter needs to cross that finish line, and Shane Mosley did it.
Well, an exciting night from top to bottom here tonight. Shout out to Maya Lee Flores as well for her victory over Barbie Juarez.
Corey's going to be back watching that all night long.
Of course I will. Of course.
Juarez, 3 or 4 times.
And a fight of the year contender, of course, in our main event. That doesn't hurt either. Thank you so much for watching here tonight. For Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix, Claudia Trejos, and everyone back in the truck. So long, everyone. We'll see you next week from New Orleans.